Hey, welcome to another video. This one is going to be a little bit different in that it's not going to be a travel video. We'll talk about the truck a little bit more later, and I think I'll do a separate video on that and a separate video on actually going through like what we carry with us. So on this one, I just wanted to go through and kind of show you our layout that we've never really done in detail of this 3813 MS. It's a Keystone Montana 3813 MS Master Suite. And of course, being 41 foot, as far as the outside goes, that's kind of the only thing to maybe not like about it is the size. It is a big unit. It's a big rig, and that means that certain places it's a tight squeeze to get in, tight squeeze to get out. And there's a lot of parks, the older sites and stuff like that, that just aren't big enough for it. So it's certainly a consideration for your style of camping. For us, we figured we'd always be staying in commercial campgrounds. We'd always be looking for full hookups, and we wanted something that would be comfortable for us to be in all the time. So that's why we went with this, and I think it worked out pretty well. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, welcome inside. So this is the inside of our RV. Back there is our bathroom, and all the way in the front is, of course, our bedroom, because we've got the front bedroom layout with the rear entertainment living here. This was a very intentional choice on our part, so we'll show you the layout back here in the back, but just first things first, as far as choosing this particular layout, it had a lot to do with needing to work from this thing, and I wanted a desk. So as a result, what we looked for was one that had a couch along that back wall that we could get rid of and put a desk in. We'll show you that in a second on kind of what our solution was. But yeah, in front of that, this is our kitchen area. So what do we have out here in the kitchen? Well, cabinets, lots of cabinets. So yeah, we've got plenty of cabinet space up in here to be able to hold like large bowls, coffee pots, you know, all your kind of normal stuff. We got room for other miscellaneous cups and things in here that's not quite as deep as this large space in the center, but yeah, really glad with the amount of space that we've got here overall. And even a little bit extra over here where we've thrown some enjoyables and as well as some of our other plasticware and stuff. So fantastic amount of space right here for some of the basics, but that's just getting started. Okay, so not only do we have that, right below it, we've got a nice amount of counter space here. This, I will mention, is only one of the things here, this counter space area, that I wish they had improved a little bit on a particular unit, in that we don't have like the power underneath here, right? We've got some lights. We only have one socket over at the edge. That's kind of the only thing that we've got for power here. So when we are running coffee makers or other things here, there's other units that might have more plugs down the wall or higher up. Just the one. Could have been a little bit better, but it's fine. We've dealt with it. It's not been that big of an issue. As far as the cabinet space here goes, a lot of room down here for pots and pans and all kinds of things. It is taken up a little bit because we've got the vacuum system in here. So can hook in the hose and do that whole thing. Don't really like this vacuum system. That is one other little thing. The bag is actually, because of where this is at here and like how they did it, if you actually wanted to use this thing and empty it, you're talking about emptying it right in the middle of the underbelly, like down below. You got to open the storage bay doors and like basically crawl inside to the middle to empty this thing. Stupid design. So our solution has been to not use that and bring a little Dyson stick vac. That's worked great. Yeah, aside from that though, a lot of deep storage space in here. You know, you can see this counter depth on this. So, you know, fitting things like cookers and pots and pans and all kinds of stuff. It's a really large amount of space down here. So yeah, all the way across. Throw toilet paper and some other things down below. Yeah, excess. I mean, heck, it's a full-on case of soda right there that easily fits going lengthwise in here. That's how deep that is. So yeah, really like the storage space here. This whole section is fantastic. Can't ask for much more. After that, got our fridge. This is one of the distinguishing features, and it's a choice on all of your RVs these days. Do you want the RV fridge or do you want the residential fridge? For us, we knew that we weren't really going to be boondocking. We were looking at staying inside of campgrounds with full hookups all the time because of me needing to work and our choice on lifestyle there. So with that decision in mind, we didn't mind this particular fridge. If you're planning on doing more boondocking, you're not always going to be hooked up, you might want to consider the RV fridge model. So this is the 3813, it's the 3812, that kind of thing. So it's just look at the numbers, you'll learn. But yeah, otherwise, this is a great fridge. And if we had problems with it, I've seen this exact model sitting in Lowe's. We can go pick up another one and replace it. Next to the fridge, we've got an excellent, just general kitchen galley layout right here, right? We've got our stove top, 3 burners. They work pretty well. No problem boiling water, doing that whole thing. Right above it, we've got our microwave convection combo. This thing is fairly sizable compared to a lot. Can, you know, fit in a decent size amount of stuff inside of this thing, so it's not super tiny, which we love that. Right next to it, we've got room to be able to store a bunch of spices, all that kind of stuff. Works great. Right above it, you've got your absolutely completely useless, worthless space up here for, like, it's a wine rack. You can actually kind of see there's like a little wine rack thing up in here and whatever, but like, I don't think anybody uses it for that because it's just terrible for that. So look around on the Facebook groups or whatever, and you can actually find people that make doors to replace this. We obviously never did, but you could do that and then make extra space out of it. We've done nothing. Down below, of course, we've got our oven. This could be way better, but you know what? We make it work. Highly recommend just get a little gauge for it stuff, because these things are incredibly inaccurate, even though they're small. Yeah, if you need to cook things at like 450, you're gonna just be cooking it longer. You're not gonna cook it that hot, but yeah, lots of space in here to be able to store all kinds of other utensils and things. Yeah, no shortage of them on space. And then of course we got room for the things that you'll use with your oven, including, I mean, come on, look at that. It's like fantastic for making eggs and stuff. So I even throw those down there because I use those a lot. The sink side, love the double sink. It's got a smaller basin, big basin, pretty easy to wash, fairly large things in it. And then the rest of this whole island, you get a decent amount of counter space. There's inserts to be able to actually cover up here so that you can make more counter space if you really need to. But there's a decent amount all around, right? Got it behind, over here, and of course over there that I showed you. But yeah, if you need a little bit more, you can do that. And then below it, some pretty large amounts of space to be able to store other things down there. So, you know, we've got some like mats for when we're doing dishes and stuff. We've got drawers of utilities and knickknacks. And of course, one of the best things in any RV, spot for the trash can. I'm not even kidding. That's fantastic. Don't overlook it. Like, where does your trash can go? If you're looking at RV, it's actually kind of a big deal. It's one of our devices right here we use a lot. It's our little Ninja Foodie. So you're kind of seeing it sit down on the counter. But believe it or not, as large as this giant unit is, we've got enough storage space that this thing doesn't ride on the counter. It rides up in more of our cabinets that we've got. So we'll get to that in a second. Pantry. So we've got this pantry right here. It's a fantastic pantry. Goes really deep. Can fit large cereal boxes and things in it, no problem. More stuff than the two of us need to eat, honestly. So yeah, this thing has worked out great to be able to store all kinds of stuff. And then down at the bottom, we can put heavier items and stuff like water, gallons of water, bottles, and yeah, any of your heavier stuff down there. But I've had no problems with the size of the shelves and all that. Can hold a lot of stuff and things stay put going down the road. Now, as far as next to it, got this deep storage over the TV here. So yeah, we'll show you more when we actually go through everything, but fantastic storage up here for other devices stuff. We tend to put more of our tech and things like that up here. Printer. Yeah, we've got a little printer up there. All kinds of stuff. And below that, we got this TV. TV's on a swivel. Can extend out and swivel around and all that. So, you know, if you're trying to watch from a different position, you certainly can. Just shove that back. I'm doing really graceful here. Yeah, got our remote for the TV sitting here. And then down below, there's actually more storage space down here. I throw a few other devices and things right next to the actual stereo. Speakers, you know what? They're not great. They're better than the TV. So pretty happy to have them. Fireplace. This thing is wonderful. It, you know, looks okay, but actually puts out an incredible amount of heat right out of the middle. So these fireplaces that are in here, yeah, use it all the time. Really like them. They're really good space heaters. Happy to have it built in. Okay, the backside. This is our couch. This is a 3-seater couch that looks a lot like a desk with some office chairs. And that's because the couch, actually, we threw that in storage. We took it out, and this was a huge deal for us. And again, me needing to work all the time and liking a desk to sit at, not wanting to just sit at like the little dining table thing or anything like that. It was intentional. The floor is flat right here all the way back. If we were to do something in the slides, these chairs are not going to work so well for that. The other chair is not as comfortable. Like I wanted this experience right here. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm used to in a house, right? Office chair. So that's what we did. Just went and built that. Bought some legs off of Amazon. Some actual steel legs that I could screw into the ground, and then got a butcher block from a lumber store. Painted it up. Easy desk. So this has been great for working. Right above it, a lot more really deep storage. That's where that Ninja Foodie can actually go, believe it or not. Like, this is so much space up here. The biggest concern in my mind is just simply not overloading it with weight. When it comes to weight, just because you have big storage doesn't necessarily mean you want to load it full. I don't really trust the way that they put these things together. The trim has fallen off the walls. I've had to screw that back up in there. So I don't trust that if there's, a ton of weight up in here, that's not going to come ripping out. Never had a problem, but we also try not to put too much in it. So yeah, we've got the big window in the back. I got it closed right now because the sun was coming in earlier. Clouds are helping us out at the moment. Love sitting here. That was another big advantage of kind of doing this setup here. I can look at the right, look at the back, kind of look across to the left. Get some really nice views a lot of the time when I'm working. Now, as far as what we have left, a little bit more storage up here, right? Got a few other devices and things up here. We got like beach towels and some bags and some various things up here. Yeah, it was storage here, storage there, storage there, storage all around. No shortage of storage back here. Below that storage, got the windows, and of course we got the love seats. Now the love seats right here are pretty good, and one of the reasons why is because we got that. So we can throw this out. You got some power right here if you need plug-in devices while we're chilling. Got cup holders so we can sit here and enjoy our drinks. And then I got separation so that, I got my arm to myself and can enjoy the TV. Yeah, the love seats were a part of this whole layout that we specifically wanted so that we could have the desk back here, but yet we could still have something comfortable to sit on and relax and watch the TV. Now, one last thing I haven't mentioned that Taylor was just standing next to, and that is this right here. So this is easily a 4-person table, maybe more. It does extend out. There's a little handle over there. I can pull that. It'll slide out a little bit further. There's a little extending leaf I can flip out as well. And yeah, there's actually a little bit of storage inside there too. So we can put stuff for the table and whatever there. Got a little power here. You can find those in places. That's kind of cool. Got the view. Yeah, this is a great little setup out here. One other thing we keep handy. But that's that replacement for the vacuum. So forget about the built-in vacuum in this thing. Grab one of these and find a good spot to screw it in. Found our spot right there. So that's the back of the RV. It's the exact same as what you'll find in, I think, the 3120, 3121 Montanas. The 3813 MS shares the exact same back end. What differs is what's down this hallway. So let me go show you that. First thing to note down this hallway is, of course, our bathroom. So our bathroom is quite different than what you'll find in a lot of units, and that's because it's actually kind of this like half step up thing in here. Let me show you this. You see that lip right there? Most RVs don't do this. Most of them, the bathroom goes straight up to the exact same level as the actual bedroom. For us, we've kind of got this extra little few inches of space. That's pretty good when you're as tall as me. It means that my head isn't actually in that skylight when I'm in the shower. I've got some actual headroom. I love that. Now, in addition to that space, we've got a huge amount of space around the sink. That can't also be underrated. Very nice having all that extra space to be able to put things there. Large medicine cabinet, able to fit all kinds of stuff in there. You know how that goes. Of course, below it, we've got products and things as well. There's a decent amount of storage space underneath for other care products and whatever. We've got towels and stuff back here. Yeah, lots of storage space back here. So able to fit our full-size towels, extra bottles of soap and shampoo, Band-Aids, all those kind of things. Next to that, we've got our shower here. Obviously got a couple towels hanging over it at the moment, so we do get use out of this all the time. And yeah, it's got a sprayer head, got a large shower that we're able to pretty easily fit in here. As long as you got good pressure, it's actually a decent shower. And with a 12-gallon water tank, I can usually get through and you know, be done washing before the hot water's gone. So that kind of does it for the bathroom in here. I mean, it's what you would expect, right? It's a nice sized bathroom for us though. And again, a lot of that has to do with that headspace. Now, as I come out of the bathroom into this hallway, this is that big distinguishing feature between our 3813 MS and the other smaller unit, that 3120 unit. You've probably already seen this here. This doesn't exist in that other unit, this whole hallway section. And what this gives you is either a lot more hanging space in here for clothes or just general storage space, or washer and dryer. So yeah, we've actually got side by side washing machine, drying. Below it, there's a little bit of storage that you probably can't quite see in the frame, but that's a choice, right? You can either put those machines in there, or you can have all of that as a ton of extra space. But wait, there's more. So this is my storage space. This is where I've got all of my hanging clothes. There's some extra hanging shelves. I've got a backpack in here. We've got some extra things in here. I've got my own wardrobe, my own full wardrobe. And what's cool is that it's not just the hanging space. Below it, we've actually got drawers in here, so I can have like underwear and shorts and pants and, you know, all those kind of things. Socks and other stuff on the other side as well. And right next to that, you know, we've got full-on laundry basket in here. So I've seen where other people end up having like laundry baskets in there, and they're putting them in the shower and doing that sort of stuff. This one's got one built in. Wasn't sure if I'd really like that, but actually turns out we love having that, because that means we've got the laundry right here, the dirty stuff right there, we've got the washing machine right here, and then right there we've got a bed to be able to throw things onto when we're done with laundry and get it folded and dealt with. Very nice setup for living full-time.
And this brings us to my closet, which is this whole section up here. This is one of my favorite things about the RV, especially when we went from a 2,400 square foot house into not a very large RV. Yes, technically large, but not very large in terms of a big 4-bedroom house. I get this whole closet to myself. Not only do I get a bar that goes the whole entire width of the RV, where I can store a bunch of clothing, I also have space underneath, which allows for different bins, and we've been able to put a duffel bag. I'm trying to think of what the name of it is.
It's like a suitcase double bag, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been able to put a suitcase down here. I've been able to do some storage containers. And these bins right here have been fantastic. They're deep and they're just the right length for this size for me to be able to put some of my clothing. And this whole section up here goes the whole width as well of the closet, which I have had so much space. This has been fantastic. I have really enjoyed this because, like I said, when you're trying to condense down after being in something for so long, like a house, it's really hard to try and get rid of a bunch of things, especially when you're not used to living in an RV and not knowing if you're going to need a bunch of winter clothes, if you're going to need summer clothes. You know, this just allowed me to be able to bring everything that I needed to bring, and I never felt stressed for space, which has been fantastic. So this is my favorite thing, is being able to have a closet this large. The mirror also is fantastic because, you know, once you put your outfit on, you can take a look, see how you look in it with just about full length. That has helped immensely. And then not only do I get the closet, but I also get all of these different drawers as well. So a lot of athletic clothing that I like to wear for when we go on hikes and do things, I can put in this. But for nicer clothing, for dresses and jeans and stuff, I like to put in the closet itself so that way they can hang on hangers. but that has been my favorite. I've absolutely loved being able to have something this large. It has made transitioning from a house to an RV just that much easier.
Across from the closet, or right next to the closet anyways, got the TV. These are one of those items to also kind of consider. This one's actually on an angle right here. You may kind of notice it's not flat along the wall, and that's nice because it's angled down towards the bed. This also swings out for access in the back, and that's where we're able to plug in like our Chromecast device, right? We've got the Google Chromecast. Below that is a window. Yeah, you're able to open that up and get light and look at on the outside. And then, of course, there's a whole dresser below it. And that's where Taylor, again, in addition to that whole front cap, that's her dresser. I've got the wardrobe. So I've got my own drawers. I've got my own closet hanging space. Taylor's got this and all of that. Hey, welcome below the bed. So below the bed here, we actually have some additional storage space as well. Got like some shoes and things underneath here. This is not as much space. There's a lot of these sort of under the bed storage spaces that are much bigger than ours. And that's because our bed is on a slide and because of that whole laundry. The laundry actually has a hose for drainage that goes underneath this platform. So it does cut off a little bit of our space, but again, still kind of nice to have all this extra space. And we got our shoes and stuff underneath here. That's kind of cool. All right, welcome to the bed. So this is our giant king size bed. Again, it's been pretty good for us. We've actually replaced our original mattress. It came with the RV mattress, and that was okay. It was a foam mattress, and we put on a foam topper, and it was actually fairly comfortable with that. But then we ended up changing out to this Brooklyn bedding bed, in part because when this whole slide comes in, it presses up against the dresser, so we were actually able to get a shorter mattress. And yeah, that worked out well. So next to the bed, you may notice maybe a little bit more in the corner because I'm kind of blocking this one, but we've actually got a little bit of space next to the bed. And also, I end up using a little bit of the space up above sometimes too, here and here, to be able to set things. So there's a little bit of room to be able to set phones or watches to charge and stuff like that at night. And there's plugs on both sides of the bed, and those are easily accessible in this particular layout. There's a lot of layouts that either don't have that at all, or they're like way far away. So that's kind of also worth considering if you're living full time. Like, are you going to be able to charge your devices and things like that at night? Are you going to be able to reach those? Will you be able to get to your cell phone? Can you plug it in from bed, or is it like far away? Yeah, welcome to the technology age. I like having those things and be able to charge it and use it at night. So this was a pretty nice layout. Little padded headboard, little bed, nice area. We don't have the storage that some will have over the beds. Never needed it. We've got enough storage everywhere else in here that was fine. No problem. No complaints. Only complaint at all sometimes is just the amount of light that we get in from some of these windows. And that's where we've done things like throwing a little reflectix and stuff up in there just to be like, you know what? Forget you outside. We want to sleep in. So look for those kind of options. But yeah, otherwise, this is a great little bedroom. Great addition up here on the front to the rest of what we find to be just a fantastic home to live in for the last 5 years. I think that's kind of about it for our tour. We're going to save the storage down below, and we're going to save kind of going and looking a little bit more detail at some of the stuff inside, like the actual items that we use and that we like in here and what we carry down below. We'll go into more depth in another video coming up. So thanks for joining us on this one, and we'll see you in the next one.
Well, thanks for joining us. That's our home. Catch you on the next episode.